wife and I went to an event. She was a passenger. We're ready to go. We all take off, get about 5-6 miles away, and my buddy rides up next to me and he says, "Hey, you left your wife back at the school." It's most memorable because she won't let me forget it.
I was riding out of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I ended up accidentally riding into Cambodia. Got stopped by a couple of young men carrying AK-47 machine guns who didn't speak English and didn't want to let me cross the border. They wanted my papers. It just so happened that I was carrying 2 passports. So I gave them my old passport, started my bike, threw it into gear, and took off for Malaysia.
6 guys all riding together, and we were riding out, and we were riding on this spine of a road coming up to Capitol Reef, and it climbs and it climbs and it climbs, that it falls off on both sides into this unbelievable landscape. You get up to the ridge and it just drops off, and there's this huge empty valley, and we all just had to pull off because we were just all so giddy and laughing and so forth. Just a bunch of middle-aged guys just being children and hooligans all over again.
When I was racing, I was riding for Harley Davidson in 1968, and it was a really punk and roller track. It was a half mile with a quarter mile on the inside of it, and my teammate said he kept looking over his shoulder because I was right behind him all the time. Nixon knew it as well, and they were so worried about me losing the bike and running into them that their focus was off, and I just motored right under them and went on to win the race.
I had my 6-year-old son on the front of my 250cc dirt bike, and we were going on a back fire road, and I put my feet down in extremely heavy mud, and I felt like, uh-oh, there's no way I'm going to hold my motorcycle up. My foot started to slip in the mud, and there was absolutely no way that I could stop it. I slowly leaned further and further to the side. I looked at my son and said, "Travis, we're going down." Next thing we know, we're laying in the mud.
You come over here and I'm going to kick your ass. I started riding a bike in 2005. I never went more than 50 miles all by myself, and I had to ride my motorcycle alone from San Francisco all the way to Barstow. And I stayed right behind a semi for 3/4 of the way there. He finally had to get off on an exit, and he blew his horn, signaling, "I gotta go." And I tooted my horn, and it sounded like a kazoo in a tin can.
My friend stole his brother's Kawasaki H1 Mach 3 500 when we were about 15 years old. And we went out on a ride. I was on the back. We rode through Santiago Canyon in Orange County and didn't kill ourselves, wearing flip-flops, t-shirts, and no helmets.